Welcome back, challengers. Your man's Darwin Darko here, and I brought with me some dope beats for you to step to. We have Rumble first up with JUCO, JID, JID, God Does Like Ugly, Ryan Davis and the Roadhouse Band. Love this project. It's called New Threats from the Soul. Reneé Rapp with Bite Me, McKinley Dixon, Magic Alive coming up at the rear there. Can't wait to get into those projects. And before we get started, remember to like, subscribe, share this thing. Growing mad slow. It can get frustrating, but I believe in you. Just hit that button right there. You're here or you're already watching. Just go ahead, hit it. Hit that subscribe. Let me know you're out there. And if you got any comments on the projects, make sure you leave a note. If you got any comments on the project, leave a note in the comments. Hit me up. I'll write back. And yeah, man, shout out to all y'all out there. Let me know what y'all listening to. If it's something that you think I should review, you know what I mean? Slide it to your boy. And you know what? If it's dope, you're gonna get a review out of it. You might get a review, no promises. But first of all, honorable mentions. Buddy Guy dropped a new project. Of course, this is quintessential Godfather of the blues still with us. If you know, a Godfather of the Blues still with us. That project is called Ain't Done with the Blues. It's dope to see this 89-year-old artist still doing this thing. So I mean, like, if he can do it, why can't rappers be 89 doing it? It's just talking. If Hillary Clinton and some of these old heads, freaking what's his name, Warren Buffett, are still out here giving lectures and getting paid for speaking engagements and stuff, like artists like Buddy Guy or these elder rappers. You talking about Malice, for example, you know, it's talking. Okay, this isn't like lifting some heavy weights, something like that. You know, maybe for Buddy Guy, you know, you can't you know, flick that guitar string as fast as you used to, you know, but even, I mean, it's blues. He's not going fast anyways, or maybe just whatever. You may physically perform a little, but like as a rapper, you just gotta talk. If you can talk, if you got breath, you should still be rapping. Buddy's got breath, he should still be singing the blues. So I love to see it. The also, yeah, he was just in Sinners. So your man's is out here. Your man's is out here working. They put in some work. He was the elder version when was it Stack? Yeah, when Stack went you know, off into the future towards the end there, and Buddy Guy was the grown-up version of Sammy, you know. And I was like, oh snap, that's like so dope that he has this cameo kind of thing in there. But he wasn't a cameo as himself, he was Sammy as the character, so he wasn't Buddy Guy on the thing. But it's like dope. I saw him and like I perked up, like it's dope. I love to see them incorporating the older folks, you know. And so you can still do it. He's still out here working. Shout out to him. This project is out. You got 18 tracks on this thing, about an hour and a 5 minute listen, all blues. There's a couple of elements that sound a little bit more contemporary, but it's 99% blues in there. So shout out to him and looking forward to more work from him in the future. Thug Motivation dropped 20 years ago. Yeah, you're that old. If you're realizing that 20 years ago, where were you, right? 2005. So first of all, what I'm talking about here is g-eazy g-eazy went on a tour last year for this anniversary of the project, and that tour was with an orchestra, just like I went to that Nas concert when they were in town at Wolf Trap, and that was an orchestra. He did it for Illmatic. And so g-eazy doing one of these runs with the Color of Noise orchestra, and they recorded that, you know, those performances off that tour, and they put it together in this album and this joint just dropped. When did this thing drop? This thing dropped I don't know, I think maybe like a month ago. Not even a month. It might have been a few weeks to a month ago. And it just, the nostalgia just like brought me all the way back to 2005. And I'm thinking how, like, I remember the original joint coming out, and I'm in Gainesville, Florida. I had the Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible. manual, right? Beat up a little thing. And but this, still dropped the top on them, you know what I mean? And right out. And I had 210s in that little car. Yep, I had 210s in that joint, just bam me down the block. And a project like this falls into my lap, and I'm from Florida, man. At that time, it was all about your shit knocking, right? And this joint was knocking. That's where I first met this. I first met this little white girl, who ended up being my friend, and we've been friends for 20 years now. One of my best friends actually, and just like she liked rap, and and she was going hard with it too. So that was a bonding moment for us there. But like at the same time, in and of itself, this project was seminal work. It's a classic. Obviously, it was an instant classic. And one of my criteria is, do they do a release? Right? Do they do a release of your project? 20 years later, will they do a release? If you can judge it from back then, like, yeah, Thug Motivation was gonna get that. It was one of those ones. Um, and here it is, to the point where he's got a live orchestra. He's going on a tour off of an album from 20 years ago. That's what we call freaking classics. That's what we call freaking classics. So you love to see it. Freaking DJ Drama, special guest. I don't know if he made an appearance on one of the performances, but like I think he's on one of these tracks there. Also, man, that Trapper died.
Nigga, we been doing this since 95.
With the orchestra, I had that joint on, bro. You got to turn that bit up to like 100,000. Turn that bit up to 100,000. Fuck the cops. They gonna call them on you. But it's worth it, because that is some transcendent stuff. A Trapper die and noise, Color of Noise, to the arrangement that they put together for that joint, man. They did it justice. It deserved. That project is, TM 101 is such a great seminal body of work that it deserves the treatment. And I've always said, like, these are street poets. This will be our classical music in 150 years, in 300 years. The way we're still freaking studying Bach and Beethoven and all these old powderhead wig wearing motherfuckers. Why can't rap be that? So, shout out to G-eazy. Shout out to his growth, and he's a whole different person. He's in a tuxedo on this thing, and just evolving and showing that that rap can age gracefully. San Pedro's own Remble is back, and not just back, but back with purpose. His brand new album JUCO, which just dropped on Warner Records, is a real statement piece. This is a comeback story that has been a long time in the making. Now, JUCO, for those who aren't familiar, is just a short for junior college. It's kind of like, you get your associates and stuff like that. A lot of athletes, like, they go in JUCO, they'll play ball or something like that at JUCO, and then like transfer to like a major. But it's not just a clever title. He's pretty much putting it up front street that this is sort of like a fresh start, learning from life. If you have been following his story, you know that he's had a lot of personal challenges over the last few years. His previous project dropped in 2021, so it's been a while since we heard from Remble. He had the viral track Gordon Ramsay Freestyle. There was like a whole TikTok dance that started from that. and he originally had the a collaboration with what's his name? Draco the Ruler. And so Draco the Ruler kind of took him under his wing to pursue the rap thing. Um, but of course they were all still pretty um tied to the streets. So it took a while for him to, it was only like a couple of years ago, I think, that Remble uh I guess he started taking his music seriously and started saying, let me try to do this rap thing for real, for real. Let me put my time and effort into this rap thing. And this project is exemplary of him making that commitment. Just when you think about the storytelling on here, the the discovering his voice as a rapper, it seems like I'm really he's really has his own identity and lane kind of laid out. He is very much West Coast and has the vernacular and has the like the dialect and everything. But it is, he has his own charisma, his own wit. He's pretty witty. It's pretty. All those West Coast guys are pretty witty, actually. I think about it, but either way, he has his own signature flow. It's sharp, it's precise, and then he was, we saw this in that Project 2021, but then tragedy hit, and so this is when Draco dies, and he lost a lot of momentum when that happened. He did release a few tracks. I between then and now, I think those might have been more like label obligations, but he didn't really feel like I said, I guess maybe he lost his motivation. He didn't really feel like he could fully commit to the music thing until recently. And so now JUCO is his sort of like, I guess you could call it like a coming out party, you know. He's a very underrated rapper on the west side. Like not I mean, you have such a great first album, then you take that break, so it kind of happens. There's a fall off, so he's got a lot of climbing back up to do. But I do feel like this is a more mature project. Like he is sounding reflective on here. He is sounding more mature. There's a little bit more clarity to his bars and to what he's talking about. Um, Now I'm not gonna lie, the production could be how do I say it's it's let's say stripped down, right? It's not as expansive or atmospherically fulfilling as his past work, but and that has partly to do with the fact that he's not with the Stink Team producers anymore. But it's still I still feel like it kind of works because he it allows his voice to be really front and center. And we are in the stage right now. We're trying to he's trying to reintroduce himself. So we really want to like highlight as a producer, you would really want to highlight his voice and his lyrics and make sure his message shines through. He's very articulate. That's the thing. Like, so like when a lot of people his age, I guess this is 2021, there's a there's a there's a draw to do something that's adjacent to mumble rap. I'm not gonna say, man, a lot of these young cat you can hardly understand anything they're saying. And it's not necessarily because of like the speed. They're not doing something like Twista or even JID does this sometimes. He just goes freaking crazy, go lyrical miracle, like Slim Shady, like Eminem. So but like it's very distinctive the way like he enunciates everything, and that was part of him saying, "Hey, I'm going to take this rap thing seriously." He's talking about recording songs and re-recording them a dozen times just to make sure you get the vocals right. So it sounds like it's something important to him. I'm glad he's making it into his passion, because this is way better than being clapped in the streets, like your man's was, and like people around him, like he talks about in some of these stories. Um, the lead single is Colors, and that one's featuring Mosey and Stone Dash. It's a total standout on the project. It comes with the moody, atmospheric video that you can check out that just it oozes with understated charisma. Um, it's it's a solo kind of venture, so it's mostly him himself, featured throughout the whole thing, really getting into the music, really getting into the track. It looks like he's enjoying being there, he's enjoying doing what he's doing. But you feel it immediately. Look at the video while you listen to this track, and this is a particular good one I say you should check out. Also, JUCO Project is actually the second track on this thing. It kicks off with Real Energy. Halftime is another one that's like the sixth track. It gives us a hypnotic locked in rhythm. We have another one, Half Court Shots. I love that one. That's my second favorite on the whole project. That one is delivering like some pure West Coast bounce. But like my favorite track though is Swimwear. So this is the fifth one on the project. That one is like 2 minutes and 48 seconds on there. So this is overall a short project, 39 minutes. It's not that short. 39 is not that bad. But a lot of the tracks are 2.5 minutes. There's a couple close to 3 minutes. And I personally love it when tracks are a little bit more fleshed out. The third verse in hip hop is going the way of the dodo bird slowly but surely. So, it's good to see like some artists that like if they have a story to tell, they're really like giving it some time to breathe. Uh, uh, and that one also has a music video, so definitely check that one
This
out.
is
And
culturally inappropriate.
the
This is
storytelling on
culturally
there is phenomenal.
inappropriate.
There's a line on there that says, um, what is this going to say? There's a line on there that says, "Free the hood till the hood is free." I'm like, damn, that's poetic. There's no looks like free my like he says what do you say? Free my dad before y'all free my dad before y'all free the Mendez brothers. The Mendez brothers. Yeah, there was conversations about them going free. I know they came up. It came up in the news recently, and so he delivers it way better. Clever little lines like that, and bring it up like this is like social commentary on actually like with the awareness of like something like the Mendez brothers and even that story. Like if you go back and these guys killed their parents, go check out that story. It was recently back in the news. Key takeaway from this whole project that it feels that this is like a homecoming. It's introspective, it is grounded, and unmistakably, it's Remble. It's really authentic to his own story, his sound, um, and he is not trying to be like nobody else. So I love that unique voice that he has, and he has a new purposeful artistic vision. The project is tight. It's confident. 39 minutes. Only like I said, only 15 tracks. It proves that he even outside of those troubles with his old crew, Stink Team, that he can still produce good music. That he still has a vision that he can flesh out himself. He's rebuilding his story and is back on his own square. I hope he can stay locked in and stay focused with that because um apparently there's some beef. There's still some beef, right? Things didn't apparently end well after Draco died and then the falling out with the rest of the team there. So hopefully he can like lock in on the music and just stick to this. This is way more positive way to have an outlet and to make your way out of the circumstances that life dealt you. So appreciate this project, JUCO from Remble. And man, I'm gonna be running this thing back. JID just dropped a new project. God does like ugly. And honestly, this project is a whole movie right from the start. The energy hits. I did not expect to hear West Side Gun being the first voice I heard when I pressed play on this thing. Honestly, it's a whole masterpiece. It solidifies JID as one of the most skilled and thoughtful voices in the hip hop space today. The album was highly anticipated. He's been working on it since 2020. So Yo, that thing been cooking. That thing been baking to precision. Lyrically, he just shines on this thing as he's known to. He was on an Eminem project, bodied him. You know, he was on what was he? He was on another joint he was featuring, I think with was it Offset? Not even Offset. Of course, killed him. He made Offset step his game up though, because Offset verse wasn't bad. Um, but you know, he's JID is known for the intricate wordplay and the complex rhyme schemes that just keeps you hooked. It's like figure out, oh man, what did he say there? Run it back, run it back. What did he say there? God does like ugly covers so much ground. He delivers sharp social commentary. Um, he makes you think. He like has these clever bars that like make you chuckle. And then he gets personal, actually, even on the final track, for keeps. Is it for keeps or for keep? Yeah, for keeps, where he reveals, hey, I'm a dad, I'm a father. Which is mad interesting that so I this was 2020. Working on this project since this. So I don't know when this particular track was created, but like he's a whole dad. His kid's a couple years old. I know his kid is a couple of years older since he started working on this thing. And you got to be listening in to like and play all the way to the end. That track for Keeps is actually a maybe I'll get into that a little bit later. That was actually a really good introspective, like one of those tracks that like lets you into the actual art, lets you into their world, into their personal life, to their, I love the storytelling that some of these artists do. I love the recollection of past events and things like that in their life. I love all those things. But like to be like, hey, what's going on right now in my life? What's happening now? This is one of those tracks. I might talk about that a little bit later. But that first track is called You Ugly, and then it's followed by Glory, which is this like soulful composition, and then there's the Clipse it makes an appearance. Yep, there's a Clipse sighting. They outside, and I'm not talking about push sighting. I'm talking about a Clipse sighting, right? So Malice is on this joint, and I've seen some the track is called Community, and I've seen some commentators are like, I mean, I loved that verse, but like some people are saying this might be the verse of the year. Verse of the year, not even on their own project. And
This is
he had
culturally appropriate. This is
bars
culturally
on Let God Sort Him Out.
appropriate.
That's also another thing. So Let God Sort Him Out, and then this was called God Does Like Ugly. The interesting motif there, like, and for both of them to be on the project, like the JID was not on their album, but he spent his some formidable years in Virginia. He actually went to school here in Virginia, and so of course at that time he's gonna be like heavily inundated with Clipse lore, Clipse music. And so he's a fan. He was already a fan. And then to get them to during the during the stage where they have, the crew disbanded. So for him to get both of them on there, again, this is another one of those. I wish I knew when this joint was recorded, because it does sound a little different than their voice and their vocal sounds a little different than it is on Let God Sort Them Out. Of course, whoever's EQing it and the production, the producers may come out with a make come out with a finished product that make him sounds a little off, a little different. But it still sounds like Push, it still sounds like Malice. And Malice just goes freaking crazy. I don't know what is up with Malice, but this dude is fucking killing the game. He is bodying everybody on everything that he's on. I know he didn't stop rapping when he was off the Clips, and he changed. He went to from Malice and No Malice, dropping his solo projects. But that boy didn't stop honing his craft. Clearly, he did not stop honing his craft, because whoever is putting Malice on a verse, you're gonna have to step your game up. You have to do some rewrites. And shout out to JID. He said he didn't do any rewrites for any of the stuff. He says he never does rewrites. So shout out to you for that. But like Malice freaking bodied that track. I might actually go to the lyrics in a second. Um, Freaking Vince Staples shows up on VCRs. So that's dope. That's definitely a standout joint that you should check out, man. So Sierra and Earth Gang are on that track Skate. Bro, I could see this. I could see that track Skate just like living rent free at these skate parks or these skating at the skating rink. This joint is made for it, and they shout out all the skate spots in Atlanta on there in terms of in the lyrics and stuff, and it's very bouncy. It's very funky, and it's very much a theme song for it's meant to be played in that. And shout out to because Atlanta, there's skate culture there. In the South, there's skate culture. I mean, we used to skate a little bit when I was younger. Like we used to take field trips to go there, but we didn't have a skating rink anywhere nearby, so I didn't get a lot of practice on it. But it's not funky. It's more a little bit more disco than anything. Very much of a '90s, mid '90s bounce, but it's made for that. You can like visualize the people doing they bounce on those skates going around the roller rink. You go on YouTube, they be killing it on there. So this is made for that, and I'm sure it's going to be in a heavy rotation at the skating rink. Other thing I would say about this is he mentioned he has a son, he on there that he mentioned that he's a dad on there. But the other thing, like if you listen to that whole thing, he's really laying out the his like kind of like his origin story, going back to working at what was he working? I forgot what he was working, but he's like, I'm writing rhymes on the back of receipts and stuff like that, just trying to, um really have my head not in this game, that game, like just trying to make a paycheck to paycheck. Like he had a vision. He was an artist that had like a dream, and he retells that whole story, that whole like it's really giving like Heart Part 6. It sounds like his version of a Heart Part 6. Talking about just your trajectory. I mean, he talking about getting ten listens on SoundCloud. Um, and for him to be such a mega star that he is now, and to know that's where he started from, things like that give people like me encouragement. Because like, I mean, I record this stuff, and I get a video with like 100 views. I'm like, oh snap, 100 people watch my stuff. Like, but when I get like when I get 1K subs, right? That point when I cross the 1K subs, that's gonna be just like being in that one room when there's only like freaking 50 people to hear you play your music or to hear you to rap your rhymes. So it's a straight, got it out the mud type of thing. And he's really built his own identity, his own self, especially like being from Dreamville. He even has a bar on here that goes, it's not because of Cole, it's because I'm cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's nice with it. And so Jid can stand on his own too from what he's built. And I'm proud to see the I think I first started really listening to him when I heard him off of Spider-Verse. I think he had a track off of Spider-Verse. What was that joint? Spider-Verse Jid? Yeah, Danger. This track called Danger. He might have more than one off of that, but like, yeah, that track Danger. And I think um that's when I got into JID, and then I had to go back and like consume his catalog. Had to come back and consume that joy because I was like, oh, this dude is doing something different. This dude is not like um the typical, you know, maybe we might identify him as YNs these days. And he's, his first project was in 2017. So he's like he's got a couple joints under his belt, but love seeing that Earth Gang was on that track also with Sierra, bringing those vibes. Like he's not in Earth Gang, but it's like it's such a perfect synergy, like for him to collaborate with those guys over there. The production on Glory. I'm not a religious person, but bruh, like these gospel songs, if it's a smacker, it's a smacker. If it's a smacker, it's a smacker because bruh, it's just so well produced. You got the choir sample in there, and shout out to he did a interview with Complex. So look this up on YouTube if you get a chance. He did an interview with Complex, and he's talking about how he talks about a bunch of stuff on there. A lot of it talks about his artistic. He's talking about his artistic vision. He's talking about the process to making this project. This is how I know he was working on it since 2020. But and shout out to rollouts. You know, I mean, thank goodness for rollouts because like this gives you the insight into this artist, you know what I mean, to the different artists. So I love that that they do that, and some of them take it seriously. They do the interviews, you know, they get the articles and stuff like that. But this was a video when you watch on YouTube, and he talks on there about getting the clearance on for the so they found the producer found this obscure choir in Tennessee somewhere, and they had to like really shake some trees to try to get the sample cleared because the person who made the music, he died. His daughter kind of like owns the rights to it now, and they're actually genuinely like church folk, you know. And so they're like, we don't with rap music, we're gonna put our little stuff be titled rap music. Like they, you know, these Christians are like, we don't want our stuff kind of like embodied in that. So Jid went to work on it because he's like he believed in it that much. He believed in that sample. He believed in the way that the song came out would come out um uh, with their part being in there. He got his mama involved. He went and called his mama and got his mom on the phone with the lady, and they became like good friends and stuff. And she made a case for him. You know, it's like, you know, my son is making meaningful work. He's like making work that is it's not like the typical rap. Yeah, he might curse when that went out. So that's one of the things they asked him. He took out the curse words. So you listen to this, that one particular track, there ain't no curse words in there. And he was like, "Hey, I honor that." He's like, "I whatever I got to do, I need this sample. I need y'all voices. It feels the track, and it is so worth it. I'm so glad he went through all of that." And he even gives an anecdote about how he feels like this song had to be on the album just because of the spiritual connection that and the spiritual awakening that happened just by getting the track. They even called him after the fact and was like, "Oh, we need to have another conversation." And he's wondering, "Yo, you already cleared it. You know what I mean? We're good to go. Like, what's this about?" And they got him on the phone. They started talking to him. They started just like preaching life into him, preaching life into him, and then they prayed for him and stuff like that. He's like, man, he almost cried. He said like how beautiful it was of a moment for them to like, you know, reach out after the fact and to actually bless me because they're like, hey, we went to your catalog, went to your work and see that you talking about stuff. You're meaningful. Like you might, you know, we don't like the cursing, but like you are trying to make a difference in your way, and hopefully it brings them aboard on rap music. You know what I mean? Because there's other kind of there's Christian rap out there too. You know what I mean? So they might see it like, especially your like traditional gospel folks may see something like rap or even something like rock. And I know like a lot of alt rock has been like very much co-opted in Christianity, and they have like anthemic like stadium anthem style rock songs that are Christian songs specifically made to like sound the way it does because it is something about the way that those chords and those instruments come together that really make that puts people in a trance. And so they can see the value in it for their religion. And and I'm not a Christian, but for those that are actually preaching peace in the gospel, preaching redemption, for those that are preaching acceptance, you know, come as you are type of message, then, you know, more power to you, you know. But I know a lot of a lot of these that are the way y'all Christians is represented out there are like also like do as we say, not as we do kind of joint, just like beating you over the head with the Bible, very much hypocritical on everything, on every principle that they swear they got, and it can be a turnoff. It can be a turnoff and it can be a bad representation. So if you don't want to be represented like that, open up the aperture a little bit of the things you accept, the people you accept, the genres you accept, that you can like put your message, tuck the medicine in the candy. I'm tucked, yeah, tuck the medicine in the candy sort of thing. But yeah, go check out that interview there. It's complex that did that joint. But let me talk real quick about this Malice verse. This is the verse that a lot of people are saying maybe verse of the year, and I love the verse, and I don't think it might be verse of the year, but it definitely deserves mention. So Malice comes to, first of all, the whole track is dope, well produced. It is and this is indicative of, whoa, wait a minute, something they just released some bonus tracks. I'm seeing this in real time. They just released, what the fuck? They just released some bonus tracks, and they also, yo, what am I looking at? Oh wow. So the original project is 57 minutes, and they just released, I just refreshed this thing. This is a Prelux edition. And so he did mention on that interview that he dropped that Glory for the original version, Glory took the place of another song that he wanted to be on there that he couldn't get on there. So the oh man, I might have to stop this video and listen to this. Okay, yeah, that was tough. That was tough. So, all right, I'm back, and dang, okay, so it's four new tracks on this update, and I'm liking I'm liking three out of the four. But the third one is like, whatever, it's dope, it's fine, you know. But the Yachty joint and the Eminem joint, the Yachty one knew better. And Eminem is on Animals Part One. I think he said that M um rewrote his bars for it after he got JID's verse. I can't recall, but just leave it in the comments, like and subscribe while you're there. If I'm wrong or not, correct me there.
This is culturally inappropriate. This is culturally inappropriate.
That shit slapped. That shit was crazy. They're going back. They're going like toe toe to toe on that joint. JID and M on that. It's a lyrical miracle um battle to it. But the way that that joint hit in the original setup with You Ugly with West Side Gun with Gun on that joint, um and then go and rolls into the rest of the project, it just it's way more, it's more cohesive, it's more curated. And so I see why they did it that way. I see why they did it that way, and I approve of the original version. Although these it's worth it to, like, okay, you got the upgrade, the update, and they give you an extra like 2.5 tracks that you can like bop to. I wouldn't say you have to skip Behold, but not particularly. The other ones off the original release, I can't, it's amazing album. You don't skip anything. So there's no skips on that joint. But what I wanted to get into before I got rudely interrupted with They Freaking Update, which I'm glad I took the time to listen to, is that track Community. That track Community is it's going to be a standout. It's going to be one that is going to be dissected from a lot of reviewers. So look to those pages and those channels that that really dive into lyrics, and for like one track, they'll just like go in on one track and just like break that thing all the way down to its production and its core and all that stuff. So I love those channels. Love, shout out to those guys. Uh but definitely, they are correct. and saying that Malice has a dope verse on this thing. My ghetto's not your culture. Niggas really die here. So hard to say goodbye. It's the only lullaby here. Kilos turning boys to men. Gotta pick a side here. Somewhere Jesus Shuttleworth, somewhere Nasir's. As time goes by, it's an eye for an eye here. My niggas mob deep. The fittest gonna survive here. We New Jersey drive here. Chop shop ride here. This Jack in the Box shouldn't come as a surprise here. Malice has triple, quadruple entendres going throughout this whole freaking thing. You're talking about my ghetto is not your culture. This is my ghetto is not your culture. He's talking, first of all, he's like, this is hey, this is our picnic. About to talk to our people. And about to tell you why you don't belong. What it really looks like here is on some so hard to say goodbye. This is people dying shit. That's out here, right? This is the only lullaby. So hard to say goodbye. It's the only lullaby here. Kilos turning boys to men. So the reference for the black entertainers there. It's so hard to say goodbye. Of course, that was the previous line, and then goes into boys to men joint. Got to pick a side here. Picking a side as in like good or bad, as in like red or blue, as in like inside or outside. You're gonna have to make a choice. It's black or white in some of these spaces. There's like not a lot of choices. There's not a lot of options. But he goes on to explain. Also, it turns you from a boy to a man. You a boy, you stay inside. You stay go hit the books, hit the video games. Don't be out there. But as soon as you outside, even from the age of 14, if you're out there 14, 15, 13, even younger, whatever, maybe you'll look out or something like that. That's some man shit. That's some grown man shit. They charge black boys with as adults, adult time. And and for y'all that's out here like getting these young these YNs involved in that shit that early, don't be surprised if they tattletale on your ass. Nigga, they got their whole life. You don't live. You already like 35, 40 years old or something like that. You made all your terrible choices, and this way you end up. Now, this dude is like 13, 14, and you giving him like this is the projection of your life for the next 20 years. And half of that's gonna be behind bars. Don't be surprised when they snitch on your ass. So, hey, maybe stop fucking with the young kids. Let them do their thing. But I get it. If you do that, then that's you pretty much out of business in about 5, 10 years, right? Because they gonna go on and do something greater, better with their life. And who you gonna have on that corner, right? So that's a struggle. But he's talking about this is the real decisions. Madison's talking about these are the real decisions. These are the real like life choices that's happening. You could be Jesus Shuttlesworth, or you could be Nasir. It's like here are the few routes out of the hood. Play basketball, or you could be a rapper. You know what I mean? Shoot a ball, catch a ball, throw a ball. And or rap. and that's the only way out for a lot of these choices. I love that he uses Nas as a because I really do feel kindred spirit between Nas and Kendrick for this whole thing is that I feel like Nas is a poet. I feel like Nas is a poet, and it's just like this is what I'm talking about when I talk about street poetry, and that's all that this is. It's 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 a talent that has been internal to these individuals that they didn't have an outlet for. Normally, these people would be like Pulitzer Prize winners. There would be these MacArthur Awards that they'd be getting. These people would be winning and producing all kinds of literary works that we teach in schools, that we have them as being professionals, but like they just happen to be born in a particular place, but they had the talent. And so when they go by and they're just speaking about their life experience, it could have been any experience. They would have had that skill to describe that thing, to describe it the way that they do, to present it the way that they do. These are street poets. Ththese people are going to be our Langston Hughes. These people are going to be our Maya Angelou's. when we look back at it, some of them when we look back at it, 50 years from now, um, cats like Drake ain't gonna be that. I don't yeah, I know this ain't about Drake. I don't want shit on him like that. You know what I'm saying? But so the ones that are like JID, we're gonna be talking about their work, their lyrics. The ones that are like Malice, we're gonna be talking about their work, their lyrics, breaking that shit down, teaching it in schools the way that they're doing with Hove. Lupe has a whole freaking course at MIT. Rap is serious. The hip hop is true. Hip hop is serious. It's serious business, but it's also serious art. And putting something together like this, as time goes by, it's an eye for an eye here. My niggas Mob Deep, the fittest gonna survive here. Mob Deep with the survival of the fittest track. But also my niggas Mob Deep, like my people, my crew, we like it's survival of the fittest. So we come deep if there's some beef, if there's some trauma, there's something going, we need to answer to something. Um, New Jersey Drive here, Chop Shop Ride here. The Jack in the Box shouldn't come as no surprise here. A whole other like I think New Jersey Drive was like I think that might have been like a movie or something that had this whole, but it's also like driving from VA to New Jersey with that stuff in the trunk, you know what I mean, or in the panels. It should have come as a surprise here, like Jack in the Box. You know what I mean? Jack in the Box with the surprise thing. Like I don't know if I've heard that before. Like, but it's like it's a layup that nobody that Malice put together. And he's keeping the die here, lullaby here, side here, Nas here. You keeping that flow going throughout the entire thing. It's so well constructed. And then on top of that, you got the delivery. Then you got the internal rhyme schemes. Um, Malice is on one. And be careful, you putting him on your track because he's coming with it. This man is older now. He is seasoned and he does this. He does this. So shout out to JID for finding space and making space for Clipse on this project. It is a Clipse summer. It is a hip hop summer. I'm low key I think I'm low key claiming it's a Virginia summer. I think it's a Virginia summer. I mean, we talking about Clipse, um, and we talking about JID who went to school in Virginia. Virginia rap is winning. It's winning. So I say that this is it's an instant classic, dog. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's an instant classic. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it, and I have the criteria. Like, will we be celebrating the 20-year anniversary of this project? Yeah, yeah. Will there be a re-release or like a version like Thug Motivation did with Ti did with the with Thug Motivation? Not Ti, freaking Jeezy with Thug Motivation. Will we get a 20-year release? Will we get a 20-year release like we did with Thug Motivation, the way Jeezy did for this project? Yeah, I see it happening. And I can see people checking for it. I can see me checking for it. 20 years from now. Damn, we're at 2045. Imagine. 2045. Okay, I gotta make it to the 20th anniversary of this thing. So I gotta, they say wine helps you live longer. The Forever Story was a classic. I'll give you that. But this one, I mean, this one's right up there. The album is fire. It firmly solidifies JID as one of these leaders of the new school. And yeah, granted, he's been working. He's got several projects out. You know, what I mean, he's been doing his thing since 2017. But I think he would still be considered, oh, the new school, the new age, and he's a leader in it. There's not a lot of people making music like this. I can't believe how I was so I am, and I am still enamored with the Clipse project, thinking like it just doesn't get better than this. It just doesn't get better than Let God Sort Him Out. Um, I'm not saying this one's better. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if which one's better. God Does Like Ugly is just so good. He was talking to his grandma. I think she might have passed away since, but he was talking to her about it, about just like stuff. And she had made a comment like, dang, the way the world is going right now, all this stuff that's going on, and God supposed to be in control of all of this. I guess God does like ugly because there's a lot of ugly in the world. And so, boom, there you go. The birth of the release, the birth of the title for his project, and she lives on in infamy with that sage of reflection and identifying. Yeah, like it's an ugly world right now. It's a lot of the powers that be are very much themselves like enclosed in a bit of a thick bubble, and it's they're just like sacrificing the rest of us to the whims of the universe. Uh, you know, from making medications that could save lives, but like, yeah, you know what? Profit margin. Let's check that out. Let's focus on that profit margin. Or power. I just like power. Or I like exclusivity. So we want to keep people out. We want to keep people from opportunities. Pretty much filtering all of opportunities, wealth, access, filtering out to where just like only like a elite group can tap into it. And so what's left over, it's ugly. It's ugly for the rest of us. We got to pick from scraps to make us a subsistence, to make some kind of existence, to make it worthwhile for this fucking bullshit. A track like Skate on this project is one of those things. You know what? Go to the skating rink, you put that thing on, you forget your trouble just like melt away. But every once in a while, somebody is like waving like throwing a flare in the air, right? And it's like it's ugly out here, but some of us we're still here, and it's not, and we're not alone, and we're not alone. He's throwing that flare up to be like, yo, like Voltron, niggas unite. You feel me? And we can scrap together an existence that is worth the living, that is not subject to the 1%, just like sprinkling crumbs. And if it gotta go there at the end of the day, if it gotta go there to where we eat the rich, salt and pepper to taste, man. Ryan Davis and the Roadhouse Band's new Threats from the Soul is a sprawling 7-track odyssey that blurs the boundaries between indie rock, cosmic Americana, and I'm gonna say surrealist storytelling. It's an album that rewards deep listening with expansive songs, poetic imagery, genre transcending arrangements. It has really cemented Ryan Davis as a crucial, what is he like, mid-career right now? Just a crucial voice in the indie rock, indie music landscape. Just look at these songs like Mutilation Springs. This thing is 11 minutes and 50 seconds long. It stretches. It is cinematic. It is there's multiple movements, multiple pieces, the arrangement, weaving together spoken word, uh, flute. There's like surreal transitions. There's a sense of like spontaneity that happens, but it's like an adventure. It's like an adventure. This other track, The Simple Joy, this one is featuring Will Oldham, exploring grief, deliverance, and solitude through this like emotionally rich duet sequence that's happening there. But that opening track is also the title track, New Threats from the Soul. They take they take 9 minutes and 22 seconds to tell this short story. It's like a collection of short stories to me. Um, it's profoundly memorable. This it has Catherine Irwin is on here. Catherine Irwin. This is a short story. Here's what he's talking about on here. I jolted up to some new transfer. This is one of these tracks where I had to like I was listening to it. I was like, I like this. I don't know why I like this, but I like it. I like the way it sounds. I like what it makes me feel. And then there was something I had to go back and listen to it again multiple times, and it's like, what? I was like, this is Sliding Doors. I don't know if y'all remember that movie Sliding Doors. When did this movie come out? Sliding Doors, like Sliding Doors.
Sorrow hurt me, not like it's hurt me before. For once in my life.
Two lives, two chances, and a destiny that lies
Sliding
behind
Doors was
two sliding
1998.
doors.
Oh, is that Gwyneth Paltrow?
This is culturally inappropriate. This is culturally
So yeah, it's Gwyneth
inappropriate.
Paltrow and Peter Hoyt and John Hannah. John Lynch is in it. I forgot who's the love interest on that joint. Is it Peter? But okay, so the track goes, I jolted up some new transference from a sliding door on a sister vessel and just let it play through. When I went back and found the lyrics and I saw this happen, and because I was listening to the song and I'm like, wait, I missed something here. So he's walking us through an alternate universe, like an alternate timeline. And so he's like aware of it, by the way. And he's like, oh, snap, this just happened. This timeline let me let it play. Let me see what happens. And he literally goes through the story and lets it happen, let it play through. I left my wallet in El Segundo. He's like, I left my wallet in El Segundo. I left my true love in a West Lafayette escape room. Shout out to my boy who took shout out to my boy who took a first date to an escape room. That was bold. That was a bold choice. I mean, and and these escape rooms can be kind of weird. And apparently, like that particular one, they started handcuffed to the floor. So okay, like okay, that's it. You know, for first date, and she was with it. Shout out to her, she was with it. So it worked out. I mean, it didn't work out in the long run, but like it was apparently an interesting first date. So maybe you gotta put that one in the repertoire. An escape room for a first date. I understand maybe a third or fourth date, but like the first date, that was interesting. I left my wallet in El Segundo. I left my true love in a West Lafayette escape room. She had the kind of smile to get a blue swan in trouble. The kind of smile to get, so he's in this other universe. The kind of smile to get a violent one or two-time felon employed. My little Jessica Rabbit, my Betty Rubble, my Moki Cherry, my Peggy Bundy, my Helen of Troy. That breath work he did on that joint, way better than I just did. I thought that I could make a better life with bubblegum and driftwood. Her sweet nothings were nothing more than debts I would owe. She once said that nothing could make her feel quite as loved as one early morning kiss could. But I've been up too late, one too many nights. Why I let myself let her go, and for who I'll never know. Right there and then, that's where they'd begin. These new threats from the soul. Bruh, I've said this multiple times and I'll say it again. Don't nobody tell stories like country music. By the way, this is slightly country music. All right, this is alternative country, maybe indie country, you could call it. Man, don't nobody tell stories like country music, man. Like this dude is embodying an entire freaking alternate universe and taking us and painting a picture of what that universe looks like, what that version of himself looks like, and he's just walking us through it to the point where he's like, even this character was a two-time felon and then got a job to keep his joint legit so he could stay out of jail so he could stay with his woman. He brought up Jessica Rabbit that loved that what do you call it? Roger Rabbit had for Jessica, the Betty Rubble. These are like loves of like to put Peggy Bundy in there. As much as Al trash Peggy, he would never fucking dare to leave her. He would never fix his face. That was one of my favorite shows. Like in terms of comedy, there were not many shows that had the punchlines and just like the double entendres, like the joke after joke before you could even finish laughing on one other joke. There was not a lot like Married with Children. And you don't understand. Yo, you got to go back and watch Married with Children. It's insanely good. The comedy and the writing that happened on that show. The later episodes kind of went a little when Kelly got a little bit older, but Tiffany Amber Thesis. Did I just remember her name? I really don't be knowing white women names like that when they be actors. What was her name? Did I get that right? Um, Married with Children. Her name was. Oh no, my bad. That was Christina Applegate. I got that completely wrong. Who was this other white chick? Oh, that was another Kelly. See, that's what happens with memory. Don't you gotta always check your memory because the thing is, Tiffany is from Saved by the Bell, another one of my favorite shows growing up. It wasn't as fun. It was great. I love the drama. I love the story that they were going through and all. Damn, man, that joint was a classic. That was 1989 to 1993. Right, and then they kind of went weird, trying to do some college year type of stuff. Saved by the Bell college years. Yep, 93 to 94. They only have 1 year of that. Okay. But referencing freaking Married with Children, that's freaking such a wild thing to do there. Um, her sweet nothings were nothing more than debts I would owe. This is a person, he's going to like deep into this relationship and just like whatever she on, I'm on, whatever she owes, I owe, like just trying to like really two flesh become one type of situation. Um, and these things are very long songs and they purposely go through the entire experience to um to explore it. And I'm here for it. It's a bunch of short stories. It's like listen to an audiobook. Here's a short story. Here's another short story. And it's to a melody. It's to a rhyme. It's to a rhythm. And it's just like Kendrick did on Luther. Not Luther, Reincarnated. He's like envisioning himself being reincarnated to these different historical figures. You know what I mean? Maybe it was Billie Holiday, one of them. Maybe it was like um Jimi Hendrix. Maybe it was Pop. Reincarnated, right? This track and that's all it is. You're actually going picking a character and exploring what that would look like and giving it like its actual time to dissect it, to flesh it out. I love that. Don't nobody tell stories like country music. If you're into storytelling, if you like reading, if you like watching TV series over movies because TV series flesh a character out. They give you the nuances of this person, like episode after episode. Like Tony Soprano, you would not feel the way you feel about him if it was a movie. Like I granted they came out, but I'm talking about if it was like originally it was just a movie. The first was the only thing, like The Godfather. You are more endeared to Tony Soprano than you are with um The Godfather, because you had so much time to flesh this person and made him a whole person to the point he's getting therapy by a woman, nonetheless. Therapy from a woman. For his character to do that, you can only get that in a TV series. Flesh that thing out. I need at least minimum 6 episodes. And like fun. We'll call that a short story. 6 episodes. But you have some of these things that are like 5 seasons long, 6 seasons long. If you enjoy storytelling, this is a project for you. Don't worry about the fact that it's mostly country. There's indie rock happening here. Don't even worry. It's just putting the medicine in the candy. If you're a writer, go listen to these lyrics. Go read these lyrics and see the freedom that they have to like put this stuff together and the way that they freaking paint pictures with their words. This project goes through phases of dark humor, empathy, sense of you have to have a sense of adventure to listen to it. Davis tells stories about drifters all the way to people that are just going through struggle, people that are going through the struggle of work and life and love. It's poignant, it's funny, it blends like what you would find at a happy hour, like hip spot, all the way down to like a dive bar that maybe there's only like 6 people listening and 2 of them are, face down on their drinks and drinking in their sorrows. But that artist is on stage just like giving life to the whole room. New Threats from the Soul is worth adding to your playlist. It's worth playing out loud and just let it encompass the room. Just let it melt into the crevices, melt into your psyche, melt into the folds of your brain, and just let go. Maybe even have a drink. Have a drink. If you need that to get loose, if you need that to like let your mind be free and just like forget about your day, you need to be transformed into another world. 7 different worlds on this thing. I'm gonna put a link in. Check out the link in the show notes. This project is for you. I want to hear what you think about it. Like, if you give it a listen, if you come across Brian Davis's project with the Roadhouse Band, whether if it's from here or from someplace else, I want to know what you think. Like, I feel like I can't be crazy on this. I'm not wild on this. Like, the stories are amazing. You can translate all this and put it in the book of short stories. There has been some well-deserved buzz about Reneé Rapp's second album, Bite Me. This was released on August 1st. The album shows Rapp embracing a more defiant, a more self-assured, artistic persona. The project delves into relationships, fame, self-love, acceptance, all through a pop influence, unfiltered mic. Really, this project marks a shift from the vulnerability that was shown in her debut project, Snow Angel. This was in 2023. This joint is chaotic, it's irreverent, it's a lot of self-acceptance and just being like, this is me, this is all of me in my true self. And I'm here for it. It's lovely. Freaking this shorty's from North Carolina. Just I don't know what her influences were growing up, but shout out to Z-Way. Z-Way did an interview with her, and she said one of the questions is she said to her, like, are you like you sing like a little white black girl? And I'm like, And I'm looking, Z-Way does these interviews where they're like kind of like almost like Stephen, the way it's satire. It's all satire from Z-Way's perspective, but it's like she adds like a real serious like commentary in the middle of those things. So she's really clever at what she does there. Um and Reneé Rapp went with it. She did the interview like the style of a Z-Way interview and was like, but I'm also wondering like how much of what she was saying was like true versus her playing this like character because she is committed to this persona that she presents on Bite Me. She says this is one of the albums where she's really, like I said, it's very introspective, very much accepting of herself and coming to terms with her own intuition, her own mental health through all of this. And so I'm wondering a lot of it is, but she plays this character of this artist, Reneé Rapp, so well and so well trained. I'm wondering, like, is it really her? It's really got me questioning it. So, like, I'm gonna say it is her, and I love that. If this is actually her who she's being, I love when an artist puts their heart on their sleeve. I love this shit. I does this, and this is me just talking about my life through music, through melody, through these bars. Her writing is amazing. And the performance though is again, she's like the vocal flourishes that she goes on, the choices that she makes on what to do with the next note in a line, maybe go purposely go flat or sharp or off rhythm or beat and just it's artistic and it's giving a it's giving like it's giving like soulful neo soul exploration like a black girl like she's singing like she's singing like a black girl. I i don't know. I mean, she's blonde, blue eyes. I don't know if she's like a real blonde, but in her thing she's like a dirty blonde. And so I don't know if through the interviews that I've seen from her, I don't know if she's like mimicking or if these are just her influences. I don't want to like urban culture, black culture, it is what is cool and it what dictates coolness. And for her to sort of tap into that, it's the overarching structure of what is cool, and she's cool. So like at, at least from what I've heard from her, she gives homage to black creators and to the black artists that and the soulful artists that have come before her. And she fully realizes that, yeah, I'm a white girl that sounds like this. And it's privilege. So she owns up to her privilege. So shout out to her for at least having that self-actualization, for having that insightful perspective and acknowledging her privilege. And that makes me a little bit more comfortable accepting this for being the dope shit that it is. It's not some appropriation stuff. It's not some like colonization shit that's happening. I mean, I'm not saying she's invited to the cookout. I'm not saying that at all. But if I hear her singing at the karaoke, I'm not mad and I'm not gonna think she's like doing like a minstrel show shit. She has her own style with it. I do see the elements of where she got some of her swag from and some of her like delivery from. But it's still in the genre of pop, still in the genre of 2000 alt rock. Um, Even some tracks have like a 80s sort of like synth pop action going on. Maybe a couple tracks that might have like a disco funk flavor to them. But I think what really makes this project stick is the lyrics. And that songwriting, that's on her. She has some help on some of these tracks, but like a lot of it is songwriting about her life, about her journey, and these things dive into the turbulence of becoming a star. She may not be considered a star yet, might not be on everybody's like I don't know, I haven't seen her on any of the like Fallon or anything like that, or the way like Sabrina Carpenter is, he does like, the shows, the award shows, and she has a performance there. I haven't seen, but she had a big part on the Mean Girls movie. It was a movie, or I think they might have had a screen like a a musical or play or something like that came out from that thing. But she was very prominent on there. Megan Thee Stallion, she collaborated with Megan Thee Stallion for a track on there, which was dope. They have a music video, check that out. It's freaking hot. Um, but she does a lot of, if you just come into this project at you can come into this project at a surface level. But if you lock in on some of what she's saying, the story, the performance, this thing is way deeper. This shit matters to her. Reneé is not putting out fast food in terms of her art. She's putting out quality delicatessens, if you will. And I mean, this thing openly discusses like the pressures of fame, mental health, burnout, anxiety, loneliness, and highlights how, building your own boundaries, leaning into your community, leaning into the people that really rock with you, that people that really support your support systems. And it prioritizes at the end of it all your own well-being, because she takes us through the turmoil, through the heartbreak, through the situationships. Why is she still here? One of the most amazing tracks on here. Like it's all so good. How many tracks? This is 12 tracks. 12 tracks, 33 minutes. Well thought out placement. That's this freaking track. Why is she still here? She's addressing painful reality of being in a situationship. She likes this person. Things haven't really progressed to the point where they're exclusive. Um, and she had even identifies like, yeah, we're just friends, but like I still don't like I don't have a chance. What's this other person you're dating? What is this about? You introduced me as a friend. This is my friend. Like you introduced me as a friend. I was offended, even though that's really what it is. Like even that actualization is happening in the mid lyric, bro. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. This song is this good. This song is this good. It's called Mad. So this is, you know what? I'm gonna do a PSA. This is a PSA to men. Reneé Rapp wants to help you get head. You like head? Don't you? You like head? Who doesn't like head? Right? That's such a selfless thing to do for another person, right? For your partner, for your lover. Um, give them some head, right? What's better than giving some head? Getting head. Yeah. Am I right? Yeah, you're right. And Reneé wants to help us get head. So to all the guys listening, she has the blueprint. Now, she is gay, but I'm specifically talking to the guys out here, because this message, a lot of the guys are not okay. Apparently, something like 80%. I looked at the statistics, something like 80% of my listeners are guys. So I know a lot of guys are listening. If you want to get head, all my dudes out there, I hope for that and I wish for that for your future. I want that for you. I'm going to use Reneé's message here to help you out.
This is
All right?
culturally inappropriate.
So listen up.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Take 5. We've been at it all night. Not a sorry in the world ain't already said. Ugh, Christ. Getting hard to be nice. Not a single little curl that's on your head don't want me dead. Okay, I get it. You want to be mad. Yeah, you've been there. You see where she's going here. You've been there. Where you mad about something, my dude. I get it. Shit ain't work out the way it's supposed to. You did this, you made plans for this thing, and mommy just like I don't like dropped the ball on something. Or you're owed an apology. You're owed an apology. Like you legit like, yo, I got all my ducks in a row, and nah, I'm right on this one. And she's like, I wish I could take that pretty little face and shake some sense into you. Hey, you, all of all of the time you wasted being mad, we could have been cute. We could have been stupid. Hey, you, all of the time you wasted in your head, we could have been having sex. You could have been getting all of my time, but you were being mad. We wasted so much time just being mad. Just like I am gonna stand on this square. I'm mad. Sometimes that don't even be that serious, right? Sometimes it don't be that, but like you because you always be the one apologizing. Sometimes you be like, this is the one. She's gonna apologize. But women don't be apologizing. This is the one. And granted, in this song, in this song, you know, she said she brushes it off. She's like, not a sorry in the world I ain't already said. And she's over saying sorry. So you lucky to have gotten a sorry from Shorty. And and she's beyond that now. She's already said it. It's over. And and you still mad. You still want to be mad. You made a decision. Oh no, no, no. I'm not mad. Internally, really mad. But I made a decision. Oh God, what is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Like, I made a decision. I'm gonna be mad. And no, this is I am. And she's like, duh. We could have been having sex. You could have been getting all of my time, but you were being mad. Okay, you can pot your lips, puff on a cigarette, face all Marlboro red. A white dude, probably. My face don't get Marlboro red. Slow down, put my finger in your mouth, pull the bitter taste out. Baby, you can have me instead. Okay, I get it. You want to be mad. Bruh, she's giving you the blueprint. Guys, my guys, they're giving you the blueprint. Sometimes it's just like, let that shit go. I wish I could take that pretty little face and shake some sense into you. Hey, you, all of my time you wasted being mad, we could have been cute. We could have been stupid. Hey, you, all of the time, you just wasting it being mad. During that whole damn time, we could have been having sex. You could have been getting all of my time, but you were being mad. The bridge comes in. Don't give me that shoulder. Come get closer. God, it's pissing me off. I want to get mad at you, right back at you, but it's kind of hot. Okay, so like this is not helpful. This is not helpful to my she's like, this is kind of hot. So she's like, okay, she's kind of into it because you have that pouty little frowny little face of yours. Okay, don't drag it out. Okay, how about this? Don't drag it out. Don't drag it out. Be mad. You're righteous to be it's a righteous indignation. You're damn right. You took a stance. Yeah, principle. You're on your square. But she's cute. She's cute and like you could be having sex instead of being like makeup sex. How about some makeup sex? On a serious tip, here's a message from me. And because she's sort of saying this thing. It's like this. In these relationships, we find ourselves in moments where we are right to be upset. Or even if, maybe there's nobody, no right or wrong, maybe it's just coming from different places. Um, when your partner extends an olive branch is trying to extend an olive branch. This life shit is tough already. Relationships are tough as it is. If you got one that's not like abusive, that's not um that actually is not detrimental to your identity, you getting to that place of self-actualization, hold on to that thing. Nobody's perfect. You're not going to find a perfect partner. You yourself are not a perfect partner. Message. So even if the relationship isn't perfect, you're in one of those like moments when it's a valley, the darkness to it. Your partner may extend an olive branch in some form of fashion. Some may be more subtle than others. I suggest you work on identifying those olive branches and take the fucking olive branch. It will save you time. It will save you heartache. It will save you money. It will save your peace of mind. If you are actually the one that was slighted and the other person extends the olive branch first, like, be forgiving. If they actually genuinely, and not that they're just trying to like paper it over, I'm talking about they actually genuinely are remorseful and they kind of like knock at the window of your soul a little bit and be like, hey, head bowed a little bit, and like it's an olive branch. They're making that effort. It's hard for people to do that. Some people burn down the whole fucking universe before they apologize. Take the olive branch. Because as she goes on to say here, all the time you wasted being mad, we could have been cute. We could have been stupid, just like hanging out. Hey, you, all the time you were fucking with my head. It turns around. Now she feels like you're fucking with her head. We could have been having sex this whole time, like makeup sex, like fuck all this bullshit, getting married. We could have been having fun. You could have been getting all of my time, but you were being mad. The break beats the song, and the beat breaks down, and the song, fades out to you could have been getting head. You could have been getting head. So this whole time when she was saying how um all of my time you were fucking, like we could have been having sex. You could have been getting all of my time. Imagine it saying you could have been getting head because matches it rhymes with the we could have been having sex. You could have been getting head. My dude, if you hope you have the ears to hear. Here's to listen. Reneé Rapp is telling you how to get head. If you want some head, I like head. Who doesn't like head, right? It's a lovely thing to do for a partner. Um, it is very selfless. It is very giving. It shows affection. It shows a lot more affection than people give it credit for. So she's helping you out, and I am passing this on as a PSA. This project is an eclectic mix combining raps, expressive vocals, white black girl singing with the black voice, kind of a little bit, forgiving that because I heard some of her interviews and she seems to be pretty aware and she sounds like she's not trying to appropriate anybody or anything like that, but this is the things that influence her in her creativity. So shouts out to her, the giants shoulders that she's standing on. But Bite Me is a relatable experience for everybody. From um why is she still here to um I can't have you I can't have you around. This joint here is I can't have you around me anymore is one of those where it's like people that's in your life that's better in small doses, like they will be in your life forever as long as they stay in those small doses versus people that you have an extended period of time with that's like, oh, okay, no, I gotta get you out. I gotta get you out of here. Shy is another one. Talking about all the things that she wants to get into and do, but like um ships passing in the night, she's too shy to make that first move. A lot of it, it's all relatable. It's all this album is for everybody. She is blonde, she is blue-eyed, and I know we have the freaking Sydney Sweeney thing going on right now, and they're leaning into the whole eugenics kind of thing. And but Reneé is self-aware, and as far as I can tell, you know, I have all these caveats because some white people like 10 years later there's a thing that comes out about them. So you know, I hope she stays down to earth, as down to earth as she is, and that she continues to make great music, because this project Bite Me is a testament to Renee's artistic growth, and it shows that she's trying to make a commitment to authenticity. Magic Alive by McKinley Dixon. This dude is out of Richmond, Virginia. This is a conceptually rich and emotionally charged album that uses a central narrative to explore themes of grief, memory, and the multifaceted nature of magic. Uh, I was mentioning this earlier, but VA is having a goddamn summer. You got this project, Magic Alive. Of course, the Clipse joint recently dropped. Low
This is
key,
culturally inappropriate. This is culturally inappropriate.
low key, I'm gonna have to claim the JID project too, because like he even mentions it too on that Strat community, you know, talking about his part of his journey, like a formative part of his journey being the time that he spent in Virginia. He went to college here in Virginia. He he was arrested. Did he say what did he say? The only time I was arrested, the only time he was arrested was in Virginia, from his recollection. And so like he's got some ties. He's got some ties to the community. You know what I mean? You know, fuck the prison industrial complex. But he made it out, and it was a transformative part of his story. That's JID. But McKinley Dixon is out of Richmond and is holding it down when it comes to um the exploration of what hip hop can be, the evolution of what hip hop is. This is a it's jazz rap. It is. And it is a one of these concept projects. Um the project explores these childhood friends who one of their friends in that group died, and so they are trying to the whole thing explores like what it's like to, especially in the mind of a child, of what it would be to, you know, some Lazarus effect type joint, bring your friend back, or at very least being able to communicate with them, and explores things of like what could have been, you know what I mean, dreams deferred sort of stuff. Um, but it goes a layer even deeper into what is the nature of magic, just the nature of magic in general, and teasing it out to be a little bit more forgiving in what we may call a definition of magic, because it's like there's like everyday magic that goes on. The enduring power of memory, the bond between friends that just like, you know, you have that friend that like you could just give them an eye, they give you an eye, you kind of like you're communicating, you know all exactly what's being said without even saying a word. There's magic in that bond. there is magic in music. One of the tracks is talking about the title track, okay, Magic Alive, right? The track 10, the penultimate track, right? The second to last a track on this album is the title track, Magic Alive. And listening to that, listening to this whole project is a declaration in and of itself. It's almost asking the question, magic? It could be magic question mark, alive, exclamation point. Like, yeah, magic is alive. If we expand our conceptual acceptance of what the miracle of life is, you are where you are. You are even born where you were born and to the people you were born to because of just like some crazy cosmic coincidence. The race that you are, even all of that stuff, some crazy cosmic coincidence that could be easily mistaken for magic. This joint is steeped in like I said, it's jazz rap and it's unapologetically jazz rap. You got all the horns, you have your guitars, the jazz guitars, live drums. It's all a bit it's like a hip hop version of Dave Matthews Band. Straight up. All the live instrumentation that goes on this thing. My favorite track is my favorite track I would have to say is Listen Gentle. Overall, the production on this thing goes crazy. It is beyond it goes even beyond jazz, right? There's almost some like jazz, um some like orchestra, like a jazz orchestra kind of exploration that happens in the production, the music, and the architecture of that track. Sugar Water is another good one. I can't wait to see I can't wait to see Listen. So yeah, Listen Gentle, which is not even a gentle track. It's gonna call it Listen Gentle. So like it's not even a gentle track. It's a lot of it's a high BPM joint, it's a high energy kind of track. But Listen Gentle and Sugar Water, like bro, when like I need to see McKinley Dixon on a tiny desk. And actually, um, I saw his submission to the Tiny Desk contest. So the Tiny Desk contest I explained to you before, which is it's like local artists, independent artists, up and coming artists that like submit to this competition, the Tiny Desk contest. And if you win, you you get a official Tiny Desk performance, but B, they take you on this. They have like a low-key kind of like tour type of situation. I need to look up the tour. I haven't ever looked up the tour. Is it the tour or do they do like a local show? The, the Tiny Desk concert series produced by NPR is a well-known and beloved series featuring artists. While there isn't a formal Tiny Desk tour in the traditional sense, the Tiny Desk contest winner and other artists featured in the series do go on tour, often with NPR support to promote their music. Tiny Desk contest on the road tour. It's called the Tiny Desk Concert on the Road Tour. How do I go to one of these shows? Yo, oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. Oh no. So there's a Tiny Desk tour and they go to like at least one, two, three, four, five. There's like 10 cities here. Portland, Chicago, Nashville, Austin, they in LA, and they're in DC. This is my neck of the woods on July 19th. That was just a month ago. I gotta put this on the calendar when they do this tour for 2026. This is wild. Like I don't know, I never thought of that. I'm damn, it's a year. I gotta wait a year. Fuck. Um, June, July, so like a 2 months. 2 months. Damn it. Um, so I gotta damn, that just fucked me up. What am I talking about? So McKinley Dixon, I saw his Tiny Desk audition tape. It's his submission, right? To time and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This thing is from this thing's 7 years old, and it's a 6 minute track. They go through this thing. It's dope. If you're looking for it, it's the one where he's got this t-shirt on that says destroy white supremacy. So look for that one. You'll be seeing this shot in like somebody's living room. And he looks so young. He looks like a kid. Destroy white supremacy on his t-shirt there. And he's got the live band in there. He's got the drummer, the guitarist, the guy who plays the keys is on the sax as well. The sax heavy on it's straight up jazz rap, and you get the full band. This isn't like a project, or his work isn't like you're pulling a bunch of samples, you're digging through the crates. Love all that for hip hop, but there is a there's also an ethos of jazz, and there's also like a DNA of um real drums and things that is also part of the history of hip hop. And he is keeping that alive, and you can see it fully in full force on this project. Um, like I said, one of the other tracks to check out, Sugar Water, is another dope joint that is gonna do I don't know, it'll be appreciated later on in the long run, but um all the loved ones, another track. Dope lyrics. I love the uh what do you say? My mama said she gonna whoop your my mama said she gonna whoop your ass. It's just hard. It's just shout out to and showing love to the community, to the loved ones, right? To the family and stuff. So this is kind of like, JID talking about the community. This is one of those joints. Uh talk about my mama said she gonna whoop your ass. Yo, and it goes through the whole progress of like getting in a fight with a bully or getting in a fight and then like making reconciliation because my mom also said go shake hands, go apologize kind of thing. One of the bars early on in that joint says, "Sorry, I killed your boy, but he tried to kill my dreams." I heard that bar, I heard that line, and I was like, "Damn, that's some like deep, profound shit." You hear what he just said? Imagine you having a dream that is just so like existential, that is so important to your progress, to your development, to your survival. We heard in the Jesus Shuttleworth versus Nasir joint from Jid's album. There's only a few ways out, and all of those ways out is through. There's only a few ways out the hood. There's only a few ways out poverty, because white supremacy and the bourgeoisie and the billionaire class, millionaire class got this shit on lock, and they're not, and the way is getting thinner and thinner and thinner to get through. And so you get a dream, and you are shown to have some talent, and you on that path, you on that journey, and somebody comes through and it tries to like divert that and tries to shut that down and try to like snuff out that candle, snuff out that light. it matters equally. The homicide. You about to homicide my dream. You about to homicide my dream. I'm sorry I killed your boy, but he tried to kill my dream. Yo, that is like, I'm not saying I've been in a situation like that or like, but man, that is some like profound shit. That's like a one line thing that I don't think enough people appreciate and will probably even like point out. But he tried to kill my dreams. How important are your dreams to you where you will fucking kill for it? Where you will sacrifice for it to chase that dream? I know a lot of people that are I don't know, man. I know a lot of people. I feel like I run into a lot of people, not necessarily everybody that's in my specific circle, but I witness it, and I find myself in conversations with people that are just like satisfied with their day to day. They're just satisfied with the rat race and the accepting the cards that life dealt them, and fuck it, this is what it is. I'm just gonna deal with it. But there's some of us out here that really internalize the you you only live once. This is it. I don't know what happens after this. I'm not I'm not holding out on that. Oh, there's some like afterlife that's gonna like make sense of all this bullshit that we're going through. God does like ugly, apparently. If there is a high power, God does like ugly. And this shit is whack. Majority of this shit is whack. The good guys don't win. Altruism doesn't win. You have to try to form a circle. You have to try to catch your dreams, catch up to your dreams, and form a circle of people that are like rocking with that and make yourself a bubble. It's all about making your bubble. If it's your family, your kids and your wife, or just your parents, you still got them. Your crew, whether you're blue, whether you're red, locking in on that chosen family because the shit out here is nothing but like the vacuum of space and black holes riddled throughout this shit. And it will swallow all of us. So my dreams, I have to get that shit now. I only got one life to get that bit. I gotta get it while the getting is good. Love that track. Love that line. Love that bar. Um, Recitative is another one. This one is 4 minutes long. There's no hook, no chorus on this thing. Um, I love that. When you can explore a song, go into 3 minutes long. We got a track here, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, couple 4 minute joints on this thing. They are exploring the stories that are happening here. They are McKinley Dixon and his band. It's it's like a Dave Matthews Band kind of situation. What is this track? This track, Recitative. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this right. I think he just made up a word here. I heard from the window, I hear my name. Said differently each time, the space between it the same. The sound from where she came from and her mama before she came. I nod to the second floor. A small, simple exchange. I think I'm losing my vision. As the past get further away, thoughts revoke the permission. To be called upon like gods, I need to make the decisions. If it's life or death, aim for his cleft. Sun and trees, the only ref. Ain't no need to answer yet, but can I have your stories when you're gone? That's poetry. These are street poets out here telling their story. We're telling a story that you can relate to. This whole project is about these three kids, their friend died, and they're finding a way to commune with him. They miss him. It's tragedy, it's PTSD, it's community that is traumatized, all wrapped in this. Well, how many tracks this is? This 11 track, 35-minute project that is digging into some of the deepest recesses of our existence in this space at this particular time. It's all intentional, it's all experimental, and the music itself is alive. The other magic that's happening, he's exploring different ways of magic. There's even one part where he's like pulling a quarter, the magician is pulling a quarter behind some kid's ears. There's the magic that happens in the child's imagination. Like, I can teach you how to do that. I can teach you how to make these coins. There's message in that, the double entendre, triple entendre, and all that. This whole thing is exploring the sort of metaphysical magic, but also the real magic that happens in real life. Even just putting this thing together with the band, he talks about this in an interview. He did this interview with he did an interview with, I think it might have been with Anthony Fantano. And he's exploring how just making the music itself, being able to have a band that he's been working with for over 10 years, who they had their own projects going on. And you reunite with these folks every few years, and you know that y'all communing, y'all are communing on this particular spiritual, musical, the music gods level, where they're gonna bring to the table, that guitarist is gonna bring to the table, that drummer, you in writing your music, you're gonna bring, the producers are gonna bring something to the table that is beyond the physical proximity that y'all have had this entire time. Like, no, these people are locked in into the mission, into the goal of, we only have one shot of making art. And you come together, you put something like this out, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. We need to really respect art when we see it. And I'm glad I have a space and the platform that I'm building to be able to like give flowers to artists like this. This is not a rapper. This is not a songwriter. McKinley Dixon is an artist. And it's unfortunate the way that the fucking idiocracy that we live in. It's unfortunate. Like, people like this will not be appreciated until, like, it's just like Van Gogh. Um, it's like another fucking Starry Night. People like this won't be appreciated until they're long gone. Jazz rap is alive and well. And this is an example of it at its finest. De La Soul will be proud. Tribe will be proud. Shout out to RIP Fife Dog. Mostly what it's giving is roots, especially when you talk about you take into account the live instrumentation and Black Thought. Just the level, the lyricism. McKinley is on fire on this thing. There's a lyrical assault that's happening on this thing. I know he is making Questlove and Black Thought proud with this project. I hope they get a chance to hear it.